Studying in the priesthood at the end of August 1940, young Nguyen Van Thuan enrolled at a Ninh minor seminary in Cua Tung, Quang Tri. Thanks to the availability of a certificat d'études primaires and a good memory and proficiency in Latin, he shortened his study period from 8 years to 6 years. After completing the minor seminary program, from 1947, Seminarian Thuan studied philosophy and theology at Kim Long Seminary, Hue. During this time, he had the opportunity to learn about priest José Ramón Manuel Pro Juárez and recognized this as an example for his priesthood. During the first 3 years of the major seminary, Seminarian Thuan aspired to become a diocesan priest, but after that many times he thought about becoming a priest like the Jesuits or the Benedictines. However, in the end, Nguyen Van Thuan continued to stay at the major seminary, studying theology with the seminary superior, priest Simon Nguyen Van Hien. On June 11, 1953, Francis Xavier Nguyen Van Thuan was ordained a priest at Phu Cam Cathedral, ordained by Bishop Jean-Baptiste Arusha T., Apostolic Vicar of Hue Diocese. After being ordained, new priest Nguyen Van Thuan was appointed to take the position of auxiliary priest of Tam Toa Parish, Dong Hoi, as an assistant to priest Dominic Hoang Van Tam. This is an important parish of Hue Diocese. Father Tam spent time instructing new priests on parish pastoral ministries. However, Nguyen Van Thuan's health deteriorated and he coughed up blood. After examining the doctor, he said that Father Thuan had symptoms of tuberculosis. Father Thuan was transferred from Dong Hoi Hospital to Hue Hospital, then transferred to Saigon again. Hospitalized at St. Paul's Hospital in December 1953, after being diagnosed with the need for right lung resection, priest Thuan was an acquaintance introduced him to Graal French Army Hospital in April 1954. Doctors there said that after surgery, Nguyen Van Thuan's health would not fully recover. Before entering the operating room under anesthesia, Nguyen Van Thuan was X-rayed, and the results showed that his lungs had completely recovered. Nguyen Van Thuan considered this a miracle that God and Mother Mary performed for him after recovering from his illness, 4 days later. Father Thuan returned to Hue and the bishop of the diocese advised him to rest. After that, priest Thuan was transferred to Francis Xavier Parish, Hue, as an assistant. During this time, he provided pastoral assistance to Father Richard, concurrently the chaplain of Jeanne d'Arc, celebrating Mass for the Pauline nuns in the chapel of the school. He invited carvers from Tam Toa Parish to make wooden crosses on the sanctuary, support the family's Way of the Cross parish and build meeting rooms for elderly parishioners. During his time as an assistant priest, this parish added a Vietnamese Mass every Sunday afternoon. Background: after the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, Priest Thuan was asked to transfer this parish from the French to the Vietnamese, because the French army withdrew after the war. After a few months at Francis Xavier Parish, in 1955, after Father Richard returned home, Bishop Arusha appointed Father Thuan to serve as chaplain of the Pellerin Institute, Central Hospital, and provincial prisons. Father Thuan previously volunteered as a chaplain for prisons, hospitals, and leper camps. From 1956 to 1959, Father Nguyen Van Thuan was allowed to study abroad at the Faculty of Canon Law at the Pontifical Urbaniana University, Rome. He completed his studies and graduated with a doctorate in canon law. His doctoral thesis had the topic, Studium Comparativum de Organisation Capellanorum Militum in Mondo. While studying abroad, he had the opportunity to interact and participate in the Legion of Mary, Scouting, Cursillos, and Focolari movements. These movements influenced his later activities. Priest Thuan also visited Our Lady of Lourdes in August 1957. He also visited Pope Pius XII with Archbishop Nguyen Van Thuan, his uncle. Returning to the country, in 1960, Father Francis Xavier Thuan was appointed as a professor at Phu Xuan Minor Seminary, Hue. Bishop of Hue Diocese Arusha T said he sent Father Thuan to study abroad for a purpose, because the Vietnamese Catholic Church needs many Vietnamese priests and he needs to prepare to be a leader. Bishop T anticipates that Father Thuan will become the director of Phu Xuan Seminary. A short time later, he started construction on a new facility and established the Hon Thien Minor Seminary right in Hue City, next to Thien Hu School. Since 1962, Father Thuan has been in charge of the role of director of Hon Thien Minor Seminary. He plans to open a workshop in the seminary to train priests with a different lifestyle, suitable for a changing society. In 1964, the Council of Priests elected Father Nguyen Van Thuan as the Vicar General of Hue Archdiocese. Hue Archbishop Peter Martino Nguyen Van Thuan officially selected him for this post.